Hey everyone, happy Monday. Hope everyone had a good Mother's Day weekend and hope everyone's Monday went better than mine. There was just a bunch of errand running today, which of course I don't enjoy, but one of the coating places that I use, powder coating specifically, I won't mention who, there's a couple that I use, but anyway, they gave my the spring plates for the Barndoor bus to someone else, to another customer who's also a VW shop, and they didn't know what they were. They got them and they thought that they were junk, and they literally threw them out. So not that guy's fault. Barndoor spring plates are pretty special. They're like Barndoor only. They actually look more like a Beetle spring plate, but they've got a weld on them that's not on Beetle spring plates, and they use a bigger torsion bar. They're completely different, but just looking at them, if you didn't know any better, you'd think they were Beetle spring plates. Anyway, they gave them to the wrong customer. He didn't know what they were. They threw them out because they thought they were junk, and they're gone. So giant cluster F right there. And so spent quite a bit of time panicking, running around, trying to see if I could find these. And they're just gone. So we're going to have to start searching high and low to find another pair. So to the owner, Andy, if you're watching, sorry about that. This is, of course, not going to cost you a dime. We'll find a pair. And our friends at the powder coating place are going to have to pay for the replacements because this is an unacceptable mistake on 100% on their part. So we'll find another pair. It's annoying that just keep track of people's parts and don't mix them up, don't lose them. I mean, I don't think that's a lot to ask. So between that and then just having to run a bunch of errands today and nearly wetting myself when I found out those spring plates were lost. And then they gave me the torsion bar covers. The ones they gave me were actually also someone else's. Luckily, those people had mine. They gave mine to them and theirs to me. And oh my God. So luckily I got those back. I managed to retrieve those, but the spring plates, they're just gone. I think a scrap metal guy took them or something. Anyway. So let me move on from that because I don't want to think about it anymore. Anyway, so Rafa and I both worked on this beauty today, and as you can see by the reflection, it's got some windows in it, which is pretty exciting. So the rear side fixed windows, rear corner windows, and the hatch window are all in. Rafa went to start installing the skylight windows, and when the customer sent the bus down, he was short some skylight windows. He sent us 6, and of course it takes 8. So at some point I told him, I said, hey, we're short some skylight windows, send us some more. So he sent us another complete set, which I think were reproductions, and I don't have one handy, but they're like a full inch taller than actual bus skylight windows. So in this direction, they're like that tall. So I don't know what those are out of, but they're not out of a bus. I guess they're probably supposed to be out of a bus, and whoever made them just made them wrong. So those aren't going in. So, it was just kind of one of those days. But Rafa did get these windows in anyway, the ones that I just showed. And then earlier in the day, he worked on the Barndoor bus. And pretty much what he did on that is on Barndoor buses, the hinge for the deck lid, which again, the deck lid on those goes all the way up to about here. They have more like a piano hinge on them instead of these like 2 separate hinges. And so the hinge was all screwed up and the body under there was looking pretty bad. And so we removed the deck lid, and it has, I think, 9 screws across that piano hinge. And I think on like 4 of them or so, the little nut that's welded in there was just like broke off trying to remove it. So Rafa basically got up in there and put new nuts on those 4 and then welded them from underneath. And so it's all good now. But so when that deck lid goes back on, it'll actually have the seal in there, which was missing, and new hardware, and it'll all look perfect. This is, of course, the barn door I'm talking about. I'm just kind of using this one for reference. But yeah, so he worked on that earlier today, and then the second part of the day he spent popping these windows in here. And so me, other than dealing with at least one fiasco, if not a couple, I did run out to Wolfsburg West today, and I got the parts I needed to put this guy's brakes together. So you can see I've got the front brakes at least together. So he had new old stock ATE wheel cylinders, and I just wasn't comfortable with them. The rubber boots on the cylinders, which is this part right here, it's part of the seal, they just felt kind of gummy. You know how when rubber gets old, it kind of gets gummy, really, and I don't trust them. So I just went ahead and bought new ones from Wolfsburg West because, again, brakes are, of course, one of those things we don't really take chances with. So, I mean, these are super cool, and they would probably be fine, but no thanks. I can't really, in good conscience, install something like that on a car. So, anyway, I went ahead and picked up new ones, and then this all went together. He was missing the bolts that hold the wheel cylinders and the backing plate to the spindle. Actually, he had like 3 or something like that, so I went and bought a set from Eddie Collins of original ones, and got those cleaned up and put them on. And yeah, I got this all together, formed the brake line. So brake, for those of you that don't know, the brakes on the front of these buses, they have 2 wheel cylinders, so you can see there's one there and one there. Unlike a Beetle, which has a single wheel cylinder, and then on the other side is just a thing with two star adjusters. So on buses, each wheel cylinder is like a cylinder on one side and an adjuster on the other. So you can see that. Anyway, so there's a line, like a hard line, that connects the two wheel cylinders, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to form. You can see how it kind of snakes around down there from the top cylinder down to the bottom cylinder. So went ahead and formed those with new lines, of course. So yeah, these are all assembled. Pretty much now I'm at the point where I have to take his drums, which are already had them turned and powder coated. I've got to knock the old bearing races out and put in new races, and then at that point his front brakes can pretty much go together the rest of the way. And then, so I'll probably finish that up in the morning and then move on to the back here. I think for the back, I've got everything now too. I picked up his backing plates today, picked up his zinc plating for the back, and I think we have everything else here. So probably his back brakes are going to go together tomorrow too. So yeah, like I mentioned before, this car is going to start coming together really fast now. And I need to figure out, I don't remember if we have his frames for his pop-outs or not. I honestly don't remember seeing them, so I got to figure that out. If he doesn't have them, we'll have to get a set and paint them. If he does have them, then they're probably in our container boxed up or something. So need to figure that out and get those, and then those can go in. And then likewise, we'll need to start assembling his door windows and stuff like that. And actually, that's about it for this bus. Last I talked to him about it, he was going to take care of the motor himself. Love to build his 40 horse and put it in and get this thing to be running and driving before he takes it. But totally up to him. I'll check with him again on it though. But anyway, yeah. So this one will probably be done here in the not too distant future, especially if he doesn't end up having us do the motor on it. So that is pretty much what happened today, guys. So again, hope everyone's Monday was better than mine. My fiasco with the barn door parts, and Yeah, so there you go. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.